The newest member of the Denver Nuggets was caught in a bar fight over the weekend. Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for July 9th. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel Vigil.
Dario Saric had a weekend to remember for the good and the bad. The newest member of the Denver Nuggets signed a 2-year, $10.6 million deal on Saturday, and his Croatian team was bumped out of the Olympics in the final game of the qualifying tournament in Greece. So the good and the bad right there. But following up that night ended up being a bar fight where the big man ended up on the floor. According to TMZ, Saric and fellow national team player and Los Angeles Clippers center Ivica Zubac were involved in a heated physical dispute at a nightclub near Athens early Monday morning, just hours after Croatia had lost 80-69 to Greece, who is now headed to Paris. We actually have the video thanks to TMZ Sports that got the video at this beach bar around 5:30 a.m. Let's roll it. Good old TMZ, you can always count on them to find it. So this was at Bolvier Beach Bar around 5:30 a.m. on Monday. The view starts with Zubac already fighting and possibly some security guards trying to grab him from behind. Then the chaos scene shows that Saric jumped into the crowd to try and help Zubac, but Saric gets pushed and eventually ends up on the ground after he got put in a chokehold. So yeah, not too fancy right there for Saric right now. After, of course, we know Calvin Booth was also in Europe hanging out. He was possibly going to see Nikola Jokic. We're going to get into that in coffee break. But here you can see Saric trying to get out there to help his teammate. But of course, nobody was arrested or anything. So that was good news on that front. Just a typical bar fight for you on a Monday morning at 5:30 a.m. I feel like right now, especially in Paris too, once all these players get out there, you're going to be able to go out to like any restaurant and you're going to see a ton of Olympians be out there, which will be pretty cool. And the next story we've got too, you can, if you happen to be going to Paris, you can give one very popular guy a little bit of a hard time. So Saric, like I said, bar fight, good weekend. And a bad weekend for him for sure. So plenty of good stuff. Huge thanks to TMZ again for that photo. Next up, like I said, if you're going out to Paris and you might see Team USA, well, their social media cut up with plenty of names that you possibly recognize, whether that be Steph Curry, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant. And they asked the guys if they can spin a ball on their finger. I personally cannot. I know some people that can. But you're never going to guess which star can't. Take a listen.
Do you know how to spin a ball on your finger?
So I can do a lot of things with a basketball. A lot of things.
Try. Ain't really my thing. I bet you Eddie can.
Drew said he didn't think you knew how.
Come on, Drew, you know me better than that.
You think all of your teammates for USAB can do it?
Yeah.
That is the one thing that I cannot do.
As a little kid, don't you just sit here and practice this all day?
I can give you like a half a second, maybe. 1,000, 2,000.
Really? At the point guard, don't know how to do it? Tyrese? Oh, that's Gen Z.
I heard you can bounce it off your knee.
You said that too.
That's good.
You said.
Should someone be able to know how to do this if they play basketball?
No. You don't have to, but.
Do you know how to spin a ball on your finger?
No, I cannot.
No?
I'll be the only guy on the team who can.
Joel? That's sickening. I think they have more coordination than that.
Do you feel like you should be able to as a basketball player?
That's one of the most embarrassing things. Just me. You got me nervous even thinking about spinning the ball on my finger.
It's there.
Can't do it. I can't do it.
Honestly, it's just really entertaining. The fact that Steph Curry, of all people, his ball handling skills are so incredible. Obviously, his shooting and his form is amazing and highly praised, but he cannot swirl a ball on his finger. Joel Embiid also cannot do it. So I guess that does not have to be a qualification to winning MVP at all. All right, we will move over to the NFL now because Cameron Sutton is being suspended for 8 games for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. The NFL announced on Monday that Sutton has been suspended for the first 8 games of the 2024 regular season. The league said it investigated Sutton's domestic violence arrest in March and determined he violated the personal conduct policy. He is eligible for reinstatement on October 29th following Pittsburgh's Week 8 game against the New York Jets. ESPN reported Sutton's suspension is final and he will not appeal. We will stay in the NFL though, but we will head down to Texas as a hurricane that hit southeast Texas has inflicted damage to the roof of the stadium where the Houston Texans play. The structure appears to have a hole in an NRG Stadium. Officials say they are awaiting a full assessment before making a report. The storm made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane with winds of 80 miles per hour. Houston's first preseason home game happens on August 17th against the Giants. Can they get the hole fixed and flip around, or will they have to possibly move this preseason game back to New York, where the Giants obviously play? So we'll see what ends up happening. Actually, a little just personal story. As a lot of you know, I came back from Maine this past weekend, and we had some family that were flying down to Houston. Their flight ended up getting canceled, and they ended up having to drive 15 hours back to Houston. But it ended up being even longer because they had to stop in some parking lots where they had to avoid power lines and all sorts of stuff. Had a tornado that went through the town literally minutes after they had gone out of it. So we obviously are saying our prayers and thoughts and prayers just to everybody who had to deal with this hurricane, of course, and hope everybody remains safe and not too much damage has been caused anywhere else. We will move over to the NHL now, though, because the long-awaited Val Nichushkin interview has been translated. The interview is split into 3 parts, but the second part came out last Sunday and had some interesting comments from Nichushkin. In 2023, he left the team before Game 3 against the Kraken and didn't return the rest of the series. The Avalanche ultimately lost in 7 games, failing to defend their Stanley Cup championship, which is just a massive blow. We all were very frustrated in this whole situation, but the interview on this YouTube channel is in Russian, and the fantastic Evan Ralwell of Colorado Hockey Now got it translated and share some of what Nichushkin had to, in fact, say. The response is lengthy, but it is all very important. So here it is. Get ready. We got 2 graphics for you. Quote unquote, it was the most difficult season. There were a lot of injuries in the team all season. I missed 2 months due to Brutus. I also had a shoulder injury, which constantly bothered me. I always had problems sleeping, but because of the pain in my shoulder, the situation with my sleep got worse. They did an MRI and they couldn't decide whether to have surgery or not. In the end, they decided not to do it and gave me injections in my shoulder. These injections stopped helping, and they decided to inject me with another drug. When we flew to Seattle, they decided that I would not play the match due to shoulder injury because I needed to not bother my shoulder for a while until the drugs start working, and everybody on the team knew that I would not play until the end of the round. It put a lot of pressure on the psyche and was very annoying. I had friends in Seattle at that moment, and I made the wrong decision. We hung out with them at night and in the morning. I flew to Denver. This girl in my room had nothing to do with me. The club advised me not to give any comments, and I myself was not emotionally ready to explain all of this. This was probably the wrong decision, and it was necessary to tell the whole situation right away so that there weren't a bunch of different rumors. If we had made it to the second round, I would have been ready to play. I'm going to dive into all of these comments today on Coffee Break because obviously there's a lot to dive into here. This situation is really weird. There's a bunch of different rumors that are flying around, obviously, here in the Mile High City when it comes to it, which would explain some of this story. So I'm going to dive into that all on Coffee Break today. It's going to be a solo episode, just me and you guys all talking sports. Bring whatever you want to be talking about. But yeah, there's a bunch of different rumors that are flying around here, and then we're going to try and relate them to something that Val has said. Obviously, we got to go back to what the Avalanche has said too to see if we can somewhat make sense of all of this. So come hang out with me at 12 p.m. The Colorado Avalanche also announced on Monday that the team has signed forward Callum Ritchie to a 3-year entry-level contract, meaning that the 2023 first-rounder will get a chance to play in the NHL in 2024-2025. Ritchie was taken by Colorado in the first round, 27th overall in last year's NHL draft. The 19-year-old played last season for the OHL's Oshawa Generals, where he tallied 80 points in 50 regular season games, ranking 6th in the league by points per contest. He's 6'2". He's 187 pounds, and Ritchie has been in the OHL for 3 seasons. He's also competed internationally for Team Canada. And you might be like, why isn't he playing for AHL? Well, fun fact, because he's only 19 years old. He can be sent back to the OHL still, but won't be eligible for the AHL right away because he is not 20 years old. He's only 19. So his NHL chance is all dependent on the young Ritchie taking that big leap that he's going to have to do, because obviously they don't have Nichushkin right now or Gabriel Landeskog. So if the forward can make big enough strides to keep himself in the rotation, then he might be able to stick around, because the Avs do need a bit of help when it comes to the salary cap this year. Again, staying with the NHL, we will head over to Dallas again, because the Dallas Stars are providing their fans with a unique first in the NHL, something that we're all hoping might happen with the Colorado Avalanche. Let's be real. The franchise has struck a deal with a parent media co to stream all regional games for free next season on the new streaming service Victory Plus. This new deal comes after the Stars and Diamond Sports Group mutually agreed to end their rights agreement with Valley Sports Southwest. Dallas Stars president and CEO Brad Albert said in a statement, after years of researching the right solution and careful planning with our partners at APMC, we're proud to announce this pioneer streaming platform that will literally change the game for sports distribution on Victory Plus. Our first priority has always been our fan base, and on Victory Plus, fans will be able to stream 100% of Stars content for free through this innovative and unique streaming platform for sports programming. This is awesome. I wish the Colorado Avalanche would do something like this. Gets a little tricky though, because the Cronkies, in fact, do own Altitude TV, obviously. So they're looking to make a little bit of money when it comes to the streaming platform. I don't know how much money you can possibly make if people aren't signing up and having to do a subscription. So obviously they have a different backer who's going to be providing, the money for them to be able to do this. Really cool. I love that it's going to be free for all of Dallas Stars fans as well. So this is great, obviously. And maybe one day, just one day, we'll see something like this for the Denver Nuggets and Colorado Avalanche so that the majority of the Mile High City can get them back on their screens in the regular season. Last one we got for you on this Tuesday. Colorado Buffalo star that is so loved by the Boulder faithful and earned the title of The Mayor Has Occurred Twice, which obviously went to Spencer Dinwiddie and the always smiling big man, Evan Batty. So Batty is back in Boulder, rejoining Tad Boyle this time as an assistant coach and quality control analyst after 2 years of playing pro hoops overseas. People love Evan Batty so much. He's obviously been so fun to watch. He always had a huge smile on his face when he was up in Boulder. So it's really cool to see him be reunited again after playing his pro, hoops career over there in Switzerland. So he played for the Lugano Tigers. I'm probably definitely messing that up 100%, which was in Switzerland. He averaged 19.1 points, 8.0 rebounds, and 3.1 assists over 26 games. Batty is one of 12 Buffaloes to record at least 1,300 points and 600 rebounds. He finished his career ranking 4th in games played, 8th in starts, 15th in minutes, and 18th in points and rebounds. There is no better buff in my mind to be from head to toe oh my goodness, let's go back there, everybody. There is no better buff in my mind from head to toe than Evan Batty. That is what Tad Boyle said in a new release. He loves the University of Colorado. And yes, it is going to be very exciting to see him back up there. And let's be honest, I know a lot of fans are going to be excited to see him on the sidelines too. So that's going to do it though, you guys. Let's see. Well, wait a second. This comment. Hi, Rachel. I'm back to work and watching your awesome show. Troy, I appreciate you. After missing a month with surgery. First of all, I did notice that you hadn't been commenting, which you have always done so well. But I hope your surgery went really well, and I'm excited that you're back. I'm not excited that you're back to work because let's be real, work can sometimes be a bit of a drag, but I'm happy that you're back hanging out with us and hopefully work isn't too bad and you are recovering very well. So thank you again for hanging out with us for just a little bit of time. Like I said, though, solo show on Coffee Break today. Come hang out with us. I'm going to be talking about all the rumors because there's a lot going on with Jamal Murray right now. It seems like there's a lot of drama with the Nuggets overall. So let's make sure we dive into all of that. Coffee Break, 12 p.m. Appreciate you guys so much. Get back to work and we will see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.